What's up, leaders? I wanted to talk to y'all briefly about why it is extremely important that as a leader, you never allow yourself to get pulled into the micro level and then stuck there. You can never allow yourself to be pulled down into the micro level and get stuck there working on a problem at the micro level, like with your face right down there in the problem versus being zoomed out so that you can see the entire battle space or the entire market and what's happening within that battle space or that market. So imagine this scenario, and I'm making a part of this up, right? But imagine me still being in the SEAL teams and I'm on the battlefield with my boys and we're in a gunfight and I'm the chief, which means that I am in charge tactically. As soon as shooting starts, I am that guy. I am the leader that's expected to make the right call in order to tame the enemy and save the lives of my boys and myself. Now imagine we're in a pretty nasty gunfight, and we're out, in the open terrain, and one of my guys gets hit and he goes down. If I, as the leader, get sucked into that problem, even though it's a massive problem, right? It's a massive problem. Not only has one of my boys been injured, but this is one of my brothers. This is someone that I would easily give my life for every day and twice on Sundays, right? But if I allow myself to get sucked into that problem on the micro level, I completely lose track of everything else that is happening around me. I lose track of what the enemy is doing. I lose track of what the rest of my boys are doing as they are still in the process of fighting for their lives. Rather, as the leader, it is imperative that I stay zoomed out, right? I don't want to be floating around at the micro level with my peripheral vision completely cut off because I'm just focused on this problem. I have to be zoomed out. I have to float at the macro level so that I can see the entire battle space. I can see the entire market. I can see what my men are doing. I can see what the enemy is doing for the most part. And I am aware of what call needs to be made in order to not just get my wounded to safety, but in order to make the right calls with the rest of my men so that we can win the fight and prevent anyone else from getting hurt on our side, right? So if I allow myself to be sucked in at the micro level to that problem, imagine what that's going to do to the rest of my team or the rest of my department, right? If I'm sucked in on this problem and I can't see everything else that's happening on the battlefield, my boys are going to be looking at me like, hey, chief, like, yeah, we get it. So and so is down. But hey, man, we need you to make a call, right? We're being shot at right now. We need you to make a decision. And so, in order for me to make not just a decision, but the right decision, I have to be able to see what's happening on the entire battlefield. I need to know what's happening in the market. In the event the enemy or one of my competitors is flanking on me right now, right? The boys are yelling like, hey, chief, we need you to get up, man. You got to make a call. The enemy is flanking us right now. What do you want us to do? So that is one of the most realistic and also the most dire example that I can give you, right? But it's an example nonetheless of why it is critical that you never allow yourself as the leader to get not just pulled into the micro level, but stuck there. Because if you're down there on that problem, you can't see what's happening across the entire battlefield. You can't see what's happening with the rest of your market. You can't see what's happening with the rest of your team so that you can make the right call so that they maneuver properly through the market, win the fight that you're currently in, and then overall complete the mission. I hope that's helpful to y'all. I'll see you soon.